Hey everyone, it is your girl, the one, the only, Spicy Al. I am here. I am back. Finally back like I never left. My screen's kind of dark, so let me brighten this up a little bit. Brighten it up. Alright, that's better. So yeah, y'all, it is your girl, the one, the only, Spicy, and I am back. Like, I'm back today. It's been a while. It's literally been a month. Like, I feel like it's been like 4 weeks and I have not been on here. So I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. If you missed this live, just make sure you check it out. It'll be posted on my page. But yeah, y'all, Leo season Leo season was lit. Leo season was definitely lit. I enjoyed my solar return, the season of my solar return. I went out to LA, acted up as best as we could during a pandemic, and came back and was kind of acting up too, but also being lazy. I was definitely being lazy, but I felt like, you know what, I deserve it. I deserve a break. I deserve a vacation. So I took one. But with that being said, welcome to my general love reading. I'm so happy to be back. I felt like I needed a break. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but I'm definitely glad to be back. So yeah, y'all, what have I been up to? I've been trying to make my ends meet. I've been trying to think of other opportunities, money making ideas, different things I could do to increase my income. That's first. Acting up, I also did that. What else did I do? I ate a lot. So now I'm actively working out again daily like I was before vacation. Just trying to lose that Leo season weight. So unhealthy weights, let me say that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get it popping. What do I have with me today? I have some water. I have a little bit of tequila just to keep the energy flowing. But other than that, I'm ready. Let's get it. How's everybody been? Please let me know how you have been. Let me know if you miss me. I know I haven't been here, so I had to come back looking cute, looking like somebody proud of baby. Just playing. Nah, I'm dead serious. But yeah, I'm back. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink and let's get into our general reading. I'm still taking personal readings, so please DM me if you are interested, or share with your friends if they're looking for a reader or some additional spiritual knowledge, counseling, and wisdom, as well as guidance and encouragement. And what else? Yeah, I'm about to get YouTube popping again, so look out for that. If you have not seen any of my YouTube videos that I already have posted, I have tons of videos posted already that you could just go ahead and look through and wait as I continue to generate some more content. So look out for that as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So first and foremost, I'm gonna do how I typically do, and I'm gonna mess with the goddess deck. I'm gonna bring out the goddesses today and see what guidance the goddesses have to tell us. If you're actually in the live right now, I can't tell that you're in the live only because for some reason it says they're still trying to tell people that I'm live, so I can't really see anything. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Hey! There we go. I was like, wait, I think Instagram is fucking up, but there we go. Let's see what's currently going on with you right now. See what's currently going on with you right now. All right. So first and foremost, I want to say that you all seem to be in a really, hey, I know, right? I've been gone for too long. I had to come back and occupy my space. I had to come back. And it's crazy too because I felt like I had like big shoes to fill, and then I realized like, wait, this is me. This is my team. You know what I'm trying to say? But it was just like, all right, I gotta come back and occupy this space, occupy, you know, this energy, get back into it. Shout out to Pretty Little Thing for the inconsistent sizing on my top. This joint is not fitting at all. It is definitely too big. But anyway, let's go ahead and get it. So it seems like you all are in a really good place right now. A lot of you all are utilizing your intuition, so utilizing your crown chakra. And a lot of you all, well, I said crown. I meant to say third eye, but I also wanted to include the crown chakra as well, because a lot of you all are utilizing your spiritual insights, just becoming even more connected to spirit. And you seem to be learning a lot of lessons very quickly, or not even learning lessons, but it's easier for you to decipher things. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's never really a mystery for you. It's very easy for you to see things clearly for what they are. It's not really taking you too much time. And you just have ability to decipher mysterious things, or things that could be confusing to the average person that's probably not working on their spiritual development, which is really nice. You all are coming to those conclusions quickly, which is nice, and it's more so conclusions that have to do with yourself. So anything that was a mystery to you in the past, I feel like it's becoming more clear to you, which is great. This is really good. It seems like you all are really putting forth like your past, your knowledge and your past experience to really help you develop, I guess, what is called wisdom, and being able to decipher things without even becoming involved. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're able to find the answers or come to conclusions. So your mind is doing some powerful things right now, which is really nice. Just make sure you're taking breaks, because you're doing a lot of work right now mentally. So just make sure that you're taking breaks. A lot of you all also are even still continuing on a path of divine femininity. And part of being a divine feminine is understanding like when it's time to turn up and when it's not time for that. You know what I'm trying to say? It's funny as shit, because I literally keep thinking about the Cisco joint, Unleash the Dragon. It's like you know when it's time to unleash that energy, unleash that other force that's within you, that yang that's within you, and you know when not to, which is pretty nice. It's like you understand what your abilities are, and your discernment is just better. I don't know, y'all minds is just working better and shit. Like, you know how it's like your computer is like, your brain is like a computer. It's like y'all literally just upgraded. You know, it's like you didn't upgrade software. Like, you literally got a whole new brain. Like, you got a whole new computer, which is really nice, because I feel like the work that you're doing, like who you were in the past, you wouldn't have been able to face like challenges, or you wouldn't be able to navigate this world like in the same way. So I feel like you literally upgraded, you know, but more so than just upgraded software. Like, you just got a whole new brain. Which is funny. It's funny as fuck, but I don't know if y'all getting me. I gotta get back into it. Gotta get warmed up and shit. But for the most part, yeah, you all are still transforming. You all are still transforming. It seems like over Leo season, you've had even more of a rebirth, and have developed some type of independence. So if it's not something that you can easily pin down, like moving out, or I don't know, increasing your finances or something, there's just more independence that you all have garnered for yourself, which is really nice. I'm not sure what it is that you did. Maybe I can ask like what it is that you did. and I'll use the tarot cards, what it is that you did that helped propel you forward. But it's a lot of strong cards here, just talking about as far as like wisdom, gaining new insights, coming to conclusions, like a transformation, a rebirth, and then also being able to stand like literally on your own too. New brain gang. Facts. So I don't know, let me see. Oh yeah. So basically what y'all did was y'all just moved away from any type of conflicts. It just basically anything that just didn't apply to you anymore. So any conflicts. I was talking to my friend about negative interactions with people today. There's just something that you moved away from. You moved away from it. Yeah, you became more balanced and more zen within yourself. I literally was talking about this earlier today, like as far as myself, but you've literally moved away from struggle and strife. And I feel like this has to more so do with other people. So if there's struggle and strife and conflict that is very much still around you, I feel like you mentally have blocked that out to try to move forward into something better. And you're balancing out like the energies within yourself, which is what I mentioned earlier as far as like the yin and yang, and knowing when you have to be aggressive or assertive, knowing when you have to put out that masculine energy, and when you don't have to, when you can just remain and settle into your femininity. Cut a nigga off and my chest got bigger. Okay. You remember that song that was like, I had to leave that hoe alone to get my mind right? It's real. It's real. I've definitely dealt with some men where it's like when you deal with them, your whole vibration and energy just go down. Like, it's very true. So like you really moved away from something and you established more so of independence within yourself. So it could have been a codependent relationship. It could have been, and not even just codependent, but just dependency. Like you might have been depending on something, depending on someone. But I feel like you just kind of got fed up with shit and you decided like, I got to get past this because it's not really working out for anybody. And once you got past it and got rid of it, you was better able to, balance out. A young Virgo been missing your lives. Let me tell you, every time I go live, it leaves a notification. So you either have your Instagram notifications turned off or you've been ignoring them. So with that being said, you're more so in a better place of being balanced. You're focused more so on equilibrium. I feel like you're even more patient. So there's more of like a zen type of attitude and feel that you're really giving off, which is really nice because you're able to do this on your own by yourself. It has nothing to do with another person. But yeah, I feel like there was a lot of conflict and struggle and strife that had to do with another person actually here with the number 11. That definitely could have been a divine masculine or a divine feminine. So that somebody's divine masculine or divine feminine, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be yours. It could have been somebody's, but not yours. That's why that shit probably didn't work out. But it's just showing that you really moved past some type of struggle or conflict, something that was keeping you back, something that was holding you back. It could have been a mental block as well. So yeah, I definitely like the energy and vibe that you're in right now. It seems like you're more so zen. It seems like the situations from the past is not really affecting you too much because you're more so concerned with the transformation and doing something new, being something new. I feel like this situation or the conflict, it taught you what it taught you. You know what I'm trying to say? And I feel like you were better able to discern and you were better able to come to conclusions about what this thing is. And once you came to that conclusion, I don't think it was daunting anymore. It wasn't something that made you afraid because you figured it out. And once you figured out the puzzle, you just moved on. But yeah, I feel like this had to do with, that's funny as fuck. It literally had to either do with someone that you were in a relationship with, or it could have potentially been a family member as well. But it just seemed like, it seems like there's just a lot of unhappiness and disappointment that has to do with that situation. So the best thing that you could do was to remove yourself out of it and to become more zen, to balance out your own personal energies. I feel like this was a situation that took a lot of your time, attention, energy, and it took up a lot of like your emotional like your emotions as well. Like, you invested a lot of emotions into the situation, even though this shit was clear, even though there was clearly conflict here, it took a lot out of you, you know. But yeah, I definitely like the energy and the vibe that you're in. I like the fact that you're utilizing your intuition. I like the fact that you're being able to see things more clearly, and I also like the fact that you're able to balance out the two opposing energies within you, the yin and yang. I like that you're able to do that. And you seem like you're very powerful right now, which is really good. I really like that. I really like that. You're still focusing on your beauty. You're still focusing on self-love. And you're also very much focused on completion. So, damn. Did we wrap up a cycle already? I think we did. Like, I really think it's about time we wrapped up that cycle. And I feel like this is what this is showing me. Like, I've literally been talking about this for the past year. Like, oh, a cycle's wrapping up, a cycle's wrapping up. Nah, I think the cycle just wrapped up, actually. Which is really nice. That's really nice. Now I feel like you're stepping more so into your own independence and doing you. Like, that's great. So, anyway, y'all, the question that I am going to be asking Spirit about, and for some insights, is going to be about the next big thing. Like, what's the next big thing that is going to happen for you in regards to love, in regards to love and relationships? Let me know if you want to know about love and relationships with another person, or just self-love within yourself. Let me know. Your girl had a lot of water, so I'm going to the bathroom. But when I come back, let me know if you want me to read about self-love or love with another person. So I'll be right back, y'all. All right, self-love. I'm a groupie, so tell me about loving others. I loved self all my life. Boy, bye. You ain't love yourself all your life. Just playing. That's funny. Just playing. But hey, yo, if you've been exhibiting some real, true, unconditional self-love your entire life, I'm gonna need you to write a book. I'm gonna need you to write a book. I'm gonna need you to write one, because these young kids, they need it. Okay? So if you've been exhibiting unconditional self-love your entire life, I'm gonna need that book too. I'm gonna need it. Pass it along to my child so he can read it. All right, so I'm just gonna do both, self-love and loving someone else. All right, so what deck am I going to start with? I'm gonna go ahead and mess with this Mystic Mondays deck, because this shit's hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and mess with this deck, and we're gonna look at the next big thing. Sorry, y'all. That was weird. Yo, that was so weird, shuffling like that. That was weird as fuck, but all right, y'all, let's get it. The next big thing. Let's see what Spirit has to tell you about the next big thing that's coming into your life as it relates to self-love. So I guess It could be the next biggest conclusion. I don't know, like aha moment, you know, something like that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. See what's going on. The next big thing. Sorry, that was way too many cards that fell out. All right, so the next biggest thing that's gonna happen as far as with yourself. Oh, thank you. Thanks. You know. All right, so the next biggest thing that is coming up with you as it relates to self-love, it's gonna be true independence and true selflessness is kind of what I see that's coming up as well. I feel like even more so than being stingy with other people, I feel like you tend to be stingy with yourself. So you could definitely be someone who's more giving, who's more like relentless to meeting other people's needs, as opposed than to meeting your own needs. You feel me? Where the tutorials at? Yo, my other friend literally was telling me that I should do makeup tutorials, but I just been like, shit, I'm busy. Like, but I might do it. Shit, I might do it. But for the most part, I feel like you tend to be more stingy with yourself and what your needs are, and you're essentially more so selfless with other people. And that's like the next big thing that's happening for you is you're gonna start to be more like giving to yourself, less stingy. You're not going to be withholding. You could have also had issues with being completely vulnerable, and I feel like vulnerability definitely is like the first step with healing and with change. So if anything, you might just be going back through that cycle of healing again, which is not a bad thing because healing is a consistent process. It's not something that just happens in one day or in a couple months or in a year or in 2 years. So just like I said that there was a cycle that ended, I feel like now you're entering something new, and it's really gonna push you towards being completely selfless and unconditional with yourself. So I feel like what could be coming up is like really actual true unconditional love for self. I feel like you're gonna let go of a lot of those like limiting self-limiting beliefs that you might have been holding on to. A lot of those things are going to be released as well. I feel like in the past it made you feel in control, or it made you feel as though you had some type of power, some type of power and control, and you're going to be releasing that, because I don't think the power and control that you really had was the true actual power or the type of control that you should have had. It's different. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, instead of going from one end of the spectrum to the other, I feel like you're gonna meet in the middle, and you're gonna be so much more balanced and so much more grounded within yourself and within giving to yourself. So I just feel like it was some stinginess going on. I feel like you might be more so giving towards other people. I feel like you're a homebody. You're someone who really takes pride in like your home environment, or just how you feel at home, just being able to feel comfortable at home. And I feel like that's going to translate even into yourself, you feeling comfortable within yourself. Because your body, your spirit is your spirit, it's an entity, but in this lifetime right now, the body that you're inhabiting is the body that you're inhabiting. It's your skin. That's your skin. You feel me? For my altered carbon fan friends as well, like, this is your skin, and I feel like you're going to begin to feel even more comfortable within that, because it's showing that you weren't comfortable within yourself. I feel like you're gonna put more effort into being easier with yourself, into compromising with yourself, more so positive self-talk, letting go of those self-limiting beliefs. Yeah, you are. You're letting go of those self-limiting beliefs. And as you do that, that is going to help blossom you into and transform you into a completely different person. Facts. I didn't know they wasn't doing another season. That's crazy. I didn't know they wasn't doing it. They must have had a problem with Anthony Mackie, didn't they? They must have had a problem with a black man being Takashi. But anyway, whatever. Let's keep it moving. So it seems like once you continue to let go of those self-limiting beliefs, becoming more so comfortable within yourself, it's going to completely like propel you and push you forward, and it's really going to transform you and blossom you into something else. I feel like a lot of your self-limiting beliefs that you had was based off of things that other people told you. So it could have been based off of, you know, things that you've seen as a child, different experiences that you had, or just hearing other people say things. Because sometimes people don't just directly be like, oh, you ain't shit. But if you hear someone that you revere and respect, especially as a child, and they be talking about some other shit, and you just be like, damn, I really fuck with you, but you really over there saying some crazy ass shit. And as a child, you can't distinguish between, oh, does this person have a mental health issue? Is this a symptom? What is this? Like, you don't distinguish between what is what. You don't know it. So you just automatically take on those things as your own. So it could have literally been like beliefs that you've seen other people play out, like other people that you respected, or family members or parents. You know, that's the main one. Like if your parent is like on some other shit, like as a child, it's like you really start to adopt those behaviors as a part of your own personality because you revere that person so much. You love that person. That's your parent. So you think what they're doing is right when it's not necessarily that way, or the way they're talking is right, even though it's clearly wrong. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, I just feel like you're going to be letting go of a lot of things that you've held on to that haven't really worked out well for you, which is good. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah. A lot of you all are definitely going solo. There's a lot of independent cards here that I see as in conjunction to the goddess deck that came that I just used, and actually the card for independence came out. So there's just a lot of cards that signify independence. We have the Nine of Pentacles here, and then we also have the Hermit. So here it goes again, where Spirit is just mentioning that you're yet again, you know, gaining some more knowledge, gaining some more wisdom, and you're taking the time to go out and to do that. So if you are taking the time actively towards your own self-love, this is great, because literally the next big thing for you is like, I feel like it's that final piece where it's like, I'm letting all this shit go, because this shit from the past just does not apply to me. It is not helping me feel comfortable in my body, in my home. It is not helping me do any of this shit. And I'm trying to be more stable. I'm trying to be more grounded. It shows here actually with the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, like a lot of you all, like how you feel about yourself is of course directly linked to your earning potential. So I feel like once you let these things go, let that little bit of fear, anxiety, whatever it is go, like it's really going to help to blossom you into a new person who's really able to increase their earning potential and able to get bread. Like, I don't know what it is, but whatever you're doing is showing that it's really up to you right now. It's up to you. It's not really up to anybody else. This is completely like up to you, like your own success, everything, like it's on you right now. So it is what it is. I feel like once you let these self-limiting beliefs go, or the negative self-talk, being stingy with yourself, once you let that go and start to become more giving with yourself, more easy, more loving, to give yourself more unconditional love, like you'll start to become more fulfilled. You'll start to become more accomplished, because I feel like you are not comfortable or 100% comfortable in the body that you're in. And I feel as though why? I feel like some of you all, and I don't know why it's going on to the health tip, but I feel like some of you all have been overindulging. I know I have during Leo season, but some of you all have been overindulging with like 3D pleasures, 3D worldly pleasures. So like drugs, alcohol, food. What else is a 3D pleasure? Sex. What else? That's the only things I could think of. Like those are the only things I could think of. If there are additional 3D pleasures, let me know. I know it's some shit that people be getting into, and I guess they find it pleasurable, but I don't know. Those are the only things that I could think of. But it's just showing that you may have been overindulging in these things, but these things don't necessarily make you feel happy. Like, if you could go without these things, then you would. If you could go without, it's kind of like living a straight edge lifestyle. If you could go without drinking, drugs, sex, partying, I don't know, all that other stuff, then you could. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, for some reason I feel like this is kind of attached onto how you feel about yourself. So I feel like you may have been overindulging and just feel really crappy about it. You don't really feel comfortable where you are. So I don't know, that's just something to think about. It was just something that came up. It was something that came up. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you all might be utilizing these things as escapism, because you don't want to be fully here and fully aware, but you have to deal with it. So if unbeknownst to you, you might have been using these things to cope, as coping mechanisms, just to make yourself feel better, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't. Like, you have all of these things. You might have a social circle, you know, a support group or something, or you know, you might connect with other people and friends that tend to overindulge as well, but I don't think it's necessarily something that is making you happy. Like, you're still longing for something else, and whatever you're longing for is definitely within yourself. I feel like the first step that you would have to do is to let go of those self-limiting beliefs, let go of the negative self-talk, let go of being stingy with yourself, and really start to become truly unconditional, like showing yourself unconditional love. What else came up? Forgiving yourself. That was something that came up as well. It's just continuing to forgive yourself. It's just like continuing the healing process. I feel like you're just going to start that cycle over again, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because every time you start a cycle, I feel like you enter it as the Page of Pentacles, especially if you've been paying attention. So you've entered it with, you know, a new mindset, with some new knowledge, and you're ready to keep it going. So it's kind of like the Page of Pentacles and the Fool kind of line up to me, but it's different. Like, the Fool is more it's more like balls to the wall, like, all right, I'm just gonna go do this thing. Whereas the Page of Pentacles is like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing, but I'm gonna approach it from more of a stable, you know, standpoint. I'm going to approach it with security. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm going to approach it with knowledge, because the Page of Pentacles studies, like, before he takes that journey, or he or she takes that journey. So I feel like that's really kind of the vibes. That's really kind of the vibes that I'm getting. But yeah, I just think there's some type of uncomfortability, like you don't feel comfortable within yourself, or it's just something that you're longing for. You don't feel satisfied. But the next big thing that's coming up is like you're really gonna let go of these things that you're holding on to. You're gonna let go, and that's really gonna propel you and move you forward and whatnot. But yeah, this is definitely something that you have to do on your own. It's funny that self-love, I mean, this is self-love. So I mean, when you're increasing your self-love, it is a healing journey that you have to take by yourself. But it's just crazy that this is kind of showing up. We have 2 different cards that have to do with independence, which is pretty good, and they're positive cards too. So my advice is to be less stingy with yourself. Be vulnerable with yourself. Keep the healing process going, because that healing is connected, like I said, to your money and to your finances and to your comfortability, feeling stable, feeling secure. So it's gonna do something for your root chakra. So I would keep doing it. I feel like all of this right here is really like root chakra energy is kind of what I'm getting. It's really what I'm getting. So yeah, if you need some healing work done on your root chakra, stay tuned. Your girl is going to be, hopefully within a year or 2, I will be ordained, so that I can continue to practice and do spirit metaphysical counseling, and also continue with more healing modalities. So just stay tuned, you feel me? But in the meantime, get on YouTube, because they have like other meditations and stuff on there that you could listen to help you clear up that energy. But yeah, All right, so let's talk about love with another person. The next big thing. The next big thing, love with another person. The next big thing. Yo, it's funny as fuck. It's gonna be funny as fuck if Spirit's like, the next big thing is you're still single. You gonna be mad as fuck. Like, you gonna be so mad. The next big thing is you're still single. Like, the next big thing is you continue to work on self-love. So let's see. Let's see. The next big thing. The next big thing. The next big thing. Sorry, y'all. Had some cards. The next big thing. All right, so the next big thing with love and another person, love with another person. Yeah. Just like I suspected. You gonna be mad. Just plain. If you're looking forward to love with another person, you might be mad. But if you're like, oh, I'm all about self-love, then you probably not gonna be mad. But for the most part, as far as love with another person, it's not this, your options, your options might seem a little bleak to you. And your options might seem a little bleak. I feel as though, when it comes to love with another person, I feel like you might be more so in a place to where, you're willing to, let me see. All right. I feel like in the past, you were someone who tends to take 100% responsibility for the relationship, or you take accountability. So you'll even take accountability for the other person's behavior, even if it's bad behavior, or you'll take responsibility. There's just a feeling that you used to put yourself on the line. Like, you will always put yourself on the line, like, for other people and for other circumstances that were outside of yourself. So you were doing extra, is kind of what I see. You were doing extra, you know? So I feel like moving forward, the next big thing, I feel like, well, let me get there. But I feel like moving forward, like from today moving forward, you might feel a little bored. I feel like you might feel a little bored because you're not being required right now to put that same energy that you used to put into relationships. You're not being required. So Spirit was like, you need to stop with the bullshit. You need to stop taking control of the whole situation. You need to stop taking responsibility for someone else. You need to stop doing everything. You need to stop trying to control the situation. And I feel like you're bored because that energy is not there. You're not presently trying to control the situation. You're not trying to be everything for another person. So I feel like your vibe right now is that you might be a little bored. You might be a little bored. I feel like in the past you did have multiple options. I can't say how many options that you did have, but you did have options. And I feel like you tried to work at every single one of those options. And it's a lot. And that's the reason why I mean, I can keep my options open, but Spirit don't never send me like 3 good dudes at one time. So I don't never be on my Nola darling. You feel what I'm trying to say? But it just seems like it's just too much work. It would have been too much work to literally try to make all of them options go someplace. Like, it's just too much work. And I feel like you're used to doing a lot of work in relationships, and now you're presently bored. Like, you're bored. You're bored. You're definitely bored. The next big thing I feel like in love, and it's crazy because it's a positive thing, but for some reason there's definitely like a negative connotation here, but it's definitely a positive thing. I feel it's like you're you're going to be so dissatisfied, like so dissatisfied, like things are going to appear so bleak to you that it's literally gonna force you into a state of boredom. Like, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Spirit's like, look, like, we don't really want anything popping off or really completely jumping for you right now, because there's other things that you need to think about. Like, you need to think about your decision making. Like, there's something there with your decision making. You tend to be very anxious when it comes down to making decisions, to come down to deciding on things. It's like there's a lot of anxiety that's here. I feel like you're focused on so many different things that there's anxiety as far as like, okay, well, which thing am I gonna focus 100% on? It seems like this is getting more so into like your life path, like not your life path, like your life path number with numerology, but as far as like your own life path within your own free will, like where you see yourself going. There's a lot of anxiety there because you have different options that you could potentially take. So Spirit really wants you to give up control when it comes to relationships. They want you to experience the boredom that comes with love and relationships, so that you don't focus too much on that. You can focus on what you need to be focusing on. You know, it shows that it's coming up. Let me see what I can get here. Yeah, it's coming up that a lot of you all have either dealt with, if you're a man, then you dealt with someone who you, there's a connection that you have to someone, but you all, for some reason, it's like you're very drawn to this person, but you all tend to connect at a very like lower level vibe, and that causes some anxiety. But Spirit really right now at this point really wants you to end that thing, end that relation. If you're a woman, then you might have been connecting with other people on more so of a lower level vibe, or lower energetic level. And Spirit wants you to essentially stop doing that. So I guess your next big thing in love would literally be like the old patterns and paradigms that you used to operate in when it came to relationships. Those things are ending. So presently you might definitely be bored because you're doing less work. You're not really trying to exert too much control, which is actually the other side of codependency. So there's two sides of codependency. There's the person who is always constantly in need, and they're always going to someone because they need something from this person, whether it be attention, validation, resources, I don't know, money, a place to stay, because people be homosexuals out here, like homosexuals. So, and then there's the other side to codependency, where it's like you're the person that's always giving, you're the person that's always showing up, always being there, and that's the side that you was on. You was always showing up, always being there, always being giving, and then always trying to control the direction of the relationship. And I feel like the next big thing is like you're gonna be bored because there's less work that Spirit is like Spirit just like stop doing that shit. So it's gonna be less work that is required of you when it comes to love and relationships. There's gonna be less work, and you're also going to give up vibing with people on a lower level. So I feel like you was very unhappy in the past, like just very disappointed. I feel like when you thought things would go through, even though you connected with someone, it just wasn't enough. And I just think it's because of the energetic level, like I said, that you guys were vibing on. It just wasn't enough, and it left you feeling like not really satisfied. It left you feeling anxious, and I feel as though that situation is going to change. But on a day-to-day practical level, like I said, you might feel bored because there's less shit that you're going to be doing, less investment that you're going to be trying to put into multiple people and options and trying to make things grow. And I feel like that's why people be having like more options, because it's like they don't want to be disappointed. You know what I'm trying to say? And I completely get it. I'm just the type of person where it's like Spirit just literally will send me one guy at a time. That guy start fucking up, then I can just move on, because I make my own money, like I do for myself, like regardless. So it's like you just kind of move on with yourself, and you're okay because you have self-love, and another person or external situation can't break you. You becoming more zen-like. But for the most part, I'm just kind of getting a vibe that like you're gonna, as far as the next big thing that's coming up in love, is like you're gonna stop doing all the old shit that you used to do, all the paradigms, all the cycles, just all the shit, the patterns, everything that you used to do when it comes to relationships with other people. That shit is going out the window, and you're gonna be bored. That's all I see, is you're gonna be bored. I also see that, like I said, there was some like anxiety around your decision making skills as far as like what to do. And I feel like with you not with your life right now not being 100% focused on love and relationships, that you'll be able to have the time to do so. You feel what I'm trying to say? Here we have the Magician card that's coming out. So this is a really positive card. I mean, this some other shit, because all right, if you ever do a reading and you get the Magician in reverse for somebody, that's some other shit, because that person is lying to you. That person's lying. That person's an actor. And they could also be using black magic. So people have been calling me nonchalant more lately. Yeah, because I mean, you're not really putting too much energy investment. You're not really playing the roles that you used to play, or that people would potentially expect you to play, especially if you've been dealing with the Empress in reverse. If you've been dealing with a woman that embodies these characteristics of Empress in reverse, someone who isn't really empowered within themselves, or the Empress, she's still an empowered woman, but this could be someone who, like I said, could be very powerful, but could be using that power for not really the right things. It's kind of like a distorted feminine. It's not really healthy feminism. It's like, not even feminism, but per se, but it's just like a toxic, distorted feminine energy is what I can say. But yeah, it seems like the next big thing is you actually being able to manifest a better outcome for yourself. So it's probably going to require you to be bored, to not put in so much effort, so that you can manifest something better. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just showing up that like past in love, it really affected you, like your mental health, your anxiety, your self-efficacy, feeling like you have the confidence to make it through different challenges, different struggles, different conflicts that you're presented with. So I mean, that's why it's like you might not be too happy about it, because it's not necessarily saying that like there's a major love relationship that's happening, but it's more so like about you and how you operate within love relationships with other people, and you letting those things go too. And if you take this reading and the self-love reading and put those things together, then it completely makes sense. So my advice would be to definitely stick more so into focusing on your self-love. Because if you try to focus more so on relationships with another person, then like you're gonna be bored. You're just gonna be bored. You're probably gonna get bored. You're probably gonna get horny. You're probably gonna start fucking up and making a whole bunch of decisions that you necessarily don't have to make, when you can just literally keep it within yourself and focus on your self-love. So that's kind of my advice. Let me see what else is coming up. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you all have been very like defensive with your energies. I know you mentioned that you were being nonchalant, but there's definitely there was some like defensiveness with your energy, and I feel like you're going to be giving that up as well. I feel like if you're like really in tune with spirituality and stuff like that, which most of like the people that watch me, they are, I feel like sometimes you get hard on yourself, because you feel like that at every given moment you have to display this type of vulnerability, or at every given moment you have to be this evolved and spiritual and enlightened person. And like, I'm here to tell you that like, even though I'm like an evolved master soul, like I still have to condition myself to like I said, to be more zen. Like, stuff still be pissing me off. I still be defensive with my energy. I still don't be trying to fuck with certain people or with certain situations. You feel what I'm trying to say? But I feel like one thing that you can't do is, I don't know, it's going back to self-love. It's just, don't be hard on yourself. Don't feel like you always have to display this vulnerability. I know I said earlier, like, being vulnerable, that's literally the first step to healing, which is very true. But don't always feel like if you don't want to be in touch with your emotions at any given like time, then like that's not something that you have to do. Like, just go with how you feel at any given moment, because that's more authentic than trying to do this spiritual bypassing thing that people do, where it's like, oh, positive vibes only, positive vibes all the time. Like a true spiritual person knows that it's not positive vibes all the time. Shit gets hard. Like my friend said the other day, it's divine pressure. Like divine pressure be divine pressure. Like it's pressure. You feel what I'm trying to say? It's real true pressure. So don't always feel like you have to be vulnerable, or try to take the high road for as as much as you can, but don't feel as though you have to do like a spiritual bypassing thing, like where it's kind of like, oh no, I know I don't feel happy about things, but positive vibes only. No, feel your emotions and work through them. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. I don't know where that came from, but it came up. But yeah, a lot of you all are definitely very defensive with your energy. So that's something that's going to come up too, is just releasing that defense. It seems like a lot of you all have built up boundaries or barriers or walls of protection so that other things don't hurt you because you've been hurt in the past. And Spirit's really saying like, it's time for you to release those things. Like there's nothing that anybody can do to hurt you. Like there's nothing that anybody can do. Like, and you have to look at it that way. Like there's nothing that an external person can do or say that is going to hurt me. Like that's how Buddhist monks are. Buddhist monks really, like, if you pop off in front of a Buddhist monk, they really just gonna be like, okay, like you're not evolved, so I can understand why you're behaving this way. That's how Buddhist monks do. They don't bring themselves down to your vibration just so y'all could both pop off together. That's not what Buddhist monks do. They retain their frequency where it is. You feel what I'm trying to say? So yeah, that's the next big thing that's really coming up for you. So tell me if y'all fuck with it. Tell me if y'all fuck with it. Let's see. Let's read these comments. Give me 110. I'm done. I'm so done. Like, I'm so done. But yeah. I was kind of getting the vibe that a lot of you all might not really be too much in your emotional bag right now, which is okay. And if you're not really in your emotional bag, then like love with another person might not be the best thing for you to be focusing on right now. So the King of Swords came up for you all as well. And the King of Swords, like, is all about, he's not about emotion at all. He's all about like what the facts are, sticking to the facts, being completely analytical about things, being logical, rational, practical, seeing things for how they really are, and not being afraid to speak on those things. So I really see you all being more so in this energy. But the King of Cups in reverse had came up as well. And with the King of Cups, he tends to be very emotionally evolved. Has emotional intelligence, but also very withholding as well. That's why I was just like, don't really worry too much about trying to like withhold certain things or not being real with yourself. It's kind of what I was trying to get to as well. But yeah, y'all. Basically, the conclusion of this reading is focus on your self-love, because that seems to be giving you the more success and more of a feeling of accomplishment, as opposed to trying to focus on love with someone else. It just shows that you're gonna be just bored, disinterested with the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups also talks about like having an excess of something, but it not really meaning anything to you at all. And you can see here, because she literally has 3 cups in front of her. And when you look at the Three of Cups is like good times. It's good times, it's friendship. A lot of people like to say 3 of Cups mean third party. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, because 3 of Cups to me is like reconciliation. It's like getting back together. It's like it's truly a friends group, like a trinity. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like there's just gonna be some type of boredom and disinterest, and then also like missed opportunities as well. So if I was you, I wouldn't really try to focus on love with someone else. It shows that you yourself could have been in a real distorted type of feminine vibe. just very protective, wounded. You have the nine of wands right here, and whatnot. So the next big thing for you is just you being able to, like I said, release, to be less defensive with yourself, even being less defensive with others and whatnot. Because what I'm seeing is like you're really forward looking. That's the thing about you. It's like even though you went through some past hurt and shit, it's like you're still trying to look forward. You're still trying to look forward to like, okay, what's new? Like, okay, what can I get into? You know what I'm trying to say? You're always, you have this type of enthusiasm and this type of motivation and passion to keep going even though you've been hurt. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's a good thing. Like, that's how I am. It's like, even if I dealt with a fuck person, individual, it's like I can always continue to look forward and understand like that was that one person, but that's not all. People aren't like this, you know? So just keep that up. Keep up that vibe. You also are showing up here too with the magician energy as well. So it's like you have the potential to create your reality and to manifest. You literally have all the tools that you need. So here's another independent card as well. So if anything you took away from this reading, it could have been all over the place. Your girl's back. Bear with me. If anything, if there was anything you could have taken away from this reading, is that your independence, you being able to stand on your own too, like you being able to literally do your own thing is what is going to be your saving grace. Completely independent from another person. So if anything, this reading really just told me like, do you focus on your self-love? You got the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. So like I said, your self-love is going to be very important. Your ability to transform, to do your own thing is going to be very pivotal, like to your success. So I would probably just focus on that. Like, it shows that you are really anxious. Like, you have this anxiety here as it connects to other people, you know, here with this eight of swords. Like, just dealing with too much like energetic blocks and just mental anxiety, like that's not something that's really gonna serve you well. And you also used to control your relationships in the past here with this ten of wands. So why would you put yourself through that now? Like, you know, if you're gonna work on your self-love, why would you put yourself through the same shit that you've been through in the past? Like, you have to understand that you played a role in your own misfortune. And Spirit is trying to tell you, like, you want to focus on love right now, you're going to be bored because that's not the main focus. The focus right now is on your self-love, especially if you want to get those coins, if you want to get the pesos, the yen, the pounds, and all the other type of currencies that are out here in this world. Like, you're going to have to focus on your own self-love. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and end the reading. I'm going to go ahead and end the reading. Your girl's detoxing, like I said. Got to go back to the bathroom. You feel me? Got to go back. Don't drink green tea. It's going to make you have to use the bathroom. But with that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed my reading. Please check me out on YouTube. Hit me up for personal readings. If you really fuck with this live, send me a Cash App at #BenSpicy. So yeah, that's it, y'all. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you next Friday.